Every spring in Kansas, we see the same running injuries over and over again. The weather finally gets nice, people get excited to get outside, and suddenly their knees, shins, or Achilles start hurting. So if you're starting to run more this spring, here are the most common injuries we see and how to avoid them.
Spring is one of the most common times for running injuries because a lot of people go from less activity during the winter to suddenly running more miles outside. Add in hills, harder pavement, and sometimes new or old and worn out shoes, and your body may not be fully ready for that jump in workload.
The first injury we see a lot of is runner's knee, also known as patellofemoral pain. This usually shows up as pain around or behind the kneecap.
You'll often notice it running downhill, going downstairs, sitting for long periods of time, or during longer runs.
This is often related to hip or glute weakness or poor knee control, which puts extra stress on the kneecap.
Number 2 is shin splints, which are very common when people suddenly increase mileage. This usually feels like aching or tenderness along the front or inside of the shin bone.
Common causes include increasing mileage too quickly, hard running surfaces, poor footwear, or tight calves.
A good rule is the 10% rule. Don't increase your mileage by more than 10% per week.
The third injury we see a lot of this time of year is Achilles tendon pain. This usually shows up as stiffness in the back of the ankle, pain with the first few steps in the morning, or soreness after running. This often happens when people suddenly add more speed work, hills, or mileage before the tendon has adapted.
If you want to reduce your risk of injury this spring, focus on a few key things. Increase mileage gradually. Strengthen your hips and your calves. Warm up before you run. And listen to your body as something starts to feel off.
A little soreness can be normal, but pain that keeps getting worse is usually a sign your body needs some attention.
If you're starting to notice knee pain, shin pain, or Achilles stiffness as you increase your running this spring, it's often much easier to fix it early before it turns into a bigger injury.
At Peak Performance here in Lawrence, we work with runners and active adults to help identify why the injury started and how to keep you training and running pain-free.
If something doesn't feel right, give us a call, 785-842-7325. We'd be happy to help you get back to performing at your peak.